Cody Rhodes is your new WB Universal Champion. Night 2 review of Wrestlemania. With all due respect to the rest of the card, I'm just gonna talk about the main event, basically. I'll say some stuff about the rest of the card, but besides the main events, this was a pretty... it wasn't bad, it just wasn't great. Yeah, I can't imagine any hardcore fans going back to rewatch the show except for the main event. Which I guess is what you want. You want to sell your show on the strength of the main event and such, but you also want to have a really strong card. And on paper it was a strong card. And what's funny is if it was any other main event, maybe the undercard would have worked. But it was so... we were so desperate and so in need. Cody Crybabies as Rocketinus. We were so desperate to see these main events, and it helped that there was the best matches on the card. But like I say, the undercard wasn't really anything to write home about. And we can debate whether Cody should have won WrestleMania 39, WrestleMania 40. He should have won WrestleMania 39. Why do you say that? But he didn't. And to that credit, which I get not right to that credit, to something we're gonna talk about in a minute. But they've gotten really yucky in the fact that Cody Rhodes came in at WrestleMania 38 as Seth Rollins' surprise opponent, beat Seth Rollins again, and beat Seth Rollins 3 times in a Hell in a Cell match with a torn pectoral that he tore either earlier that day or he tore somewhere in that time frame, somewhere around there. But he beat Seth Rollins 3 times. He was out for 6 months or so with the torn pectoral, maybe 5 months, until the Royal Rumble. I don't know when that was, but he was out for a time, and that saved him from overexposure. That saved him from horrendous booking. That saved him from having to take many losses because, hey, even Cody Rhodes, Vince could have soured on him if he had him young enough. If he had him for that young, for goodness sake, he soured on Walter. He soured on him almost as soon as he got the Intercontinental Championship. No matter what people try to tell you different, he did. There's multiple confirmed reports about that. But yeah, it's not like that's anything new, but my point is no one's safe from Vince McMahon souring on. He could have... Well, I don't guess he could have soured on Roman Reigns. We know how those years went. But he came back at the Royal Rumble. And he won the Royal Rumble. He got at WrestleMania, which was... I read at the time of the Vince McMahon decision, and I wouldn't be at all surprised. I wouldn't be at all surprised about that. Whether it was punishing him for starting AEW and going to work for that company, or whether it was... I don't think this was the case, but just throwing it out there as a possibility. There was a minority of fans going, oh, Cody didn't have to face adversity. He didn't have to face any adversity. He didn't have to face enough adversity to deserve this match with Roman Reigns, to deserve beating him. He didn't face that adversity. I mean, I'd ask them what a torn pectoral and what daughter meant to them. But on the D, they're just those who didn't want this quote unquote traitor, this guy who started AEW with Tony Khan and with his friends, to be the tribal chief. But it was perfect. It was a perfect story that they had. This guy coming in and beating Roman Reigns for the title, undesirable to undeniable, as he said. That would have been the perfect stamp on it. But he didn't win, and that was a Vince McMahon decision. They really had something in the fact that, not that he really did a whole yard, but in the fact that Cody Rhodes won 2 back-to-back Royal Rumbles, the 2023 and this year, 2024, and fans didn't sell on him. If anything, they wanted him more. They wanted his redemption story, and hey, I remember I was one of those people after WrestleMania 39 who said, well, Cody done, what a stupid decision. And it was a really stupid decision. It was, honestly, I don't think there was any plan for him to come back, and there may have been, but heavy miscalculated how beloved Cody was when they came back. But he wins the Royal Rumble in 2024. And The Rock comes in. The Rock comes in and demands the match with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Cody steps aside to allow The Rock a match at WrestleMania. This was a suit. This wasn't a work, and no matter how many people tried to gas the idea into thinking it was, I can say there's multiple reports about that too. About Rock pushing to win the title, Rock pushing for this match, Rock being upset at the crowd reacts and all of it. And if you know what he's done in the past with DC and almost every organization that he's worked for since, then this is par for the course with The Rock. The Rock was in his Hogan era. But, and I don't fully believe this either. I read a couple of reports also that Triple H had to be the one to intervene and say no. Wait, stop, we're not doing this, guys. We're not doing this. The Rock is above Triple H in the pecking order, but Triple H was still the head of creative. He probably went to the board and he said, listen to that. Listen to that reaction. Does that sound like they... He probably went forward and said, listen to that reaction, listen to that visceral reaction. Does that sound like they want Roman Reigns and Rock this year to you? Any other year, even at WrestleMania 39, if they wanted to hold up to WrestleMania 40 with Cody Rhodes, that would have been acceptable to get The Rock versus Roman Reigns. But not this year. Black Adam was a failure, The Rock was embarrassed, and I fully believe, no matter what anyone said to the contrary, because then WB they would spin the narrative any way they choose to, like they did with Bray Wyatt and his horrendous documentary. But yeah, The Rock wanted to feel better, and The Rock saw that, hey, the WB universe like me, the WB fans like me. Who cares if Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble? Who cares? I'm The Rock. I can just take his spot and just say, hey, pal, I owe you one. I owe you one, pal. You'll get your Sarge at not Wrestlemania. That was a horrendous story, and that was a horrendous build. The build for the match was not great at all. It was confusing, it was convoluted, it had The Rock over it. Seth Rollins was really an afterthought. Seth Rollins buried, forget 6 feet, he was buried 12 feet under. With the World Heavyweight title was a condensation price anyway, but you had Roman Reigns and The Rock basically come out and say it. Basically come out and say, hey, this is secondary. This is a secondary title right here. So they got really, throughout all of that horrendous booking and horrendous choices that were 100% real, not a work by The Rock, not some Matt Japan to get Cody Rhodes over. It's the Bryan Danielson situation all over again. Road Dogg still came into the day. That was the pan all the way on. That was the pan all the way on with Bryan. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. There's reports for that too, but they got really yucky throughout this horrendous booking. Like I say, not that he done much of anything since anyway, but throughout all of this horrendous booking, that fans didn't turn on Cody. If anything, they wanted him more. They wanted him way more because they needed to prove The Rock wrong. They needed to assume the face of The Rock and spin the face of the authority, if you will. But so I've just been talking about the build-up or Yaxa for this match specifically, and not talking about the actual match. But the actual match was real great. Not that Triple H had done this anyway, but it was beyond road. But I was impressed that they didn't really have interference until the end, and even then it wasn't what I thought it would be. It was just a couple of spots. So, this match, Cody Rhodes makes his entrance first. Great entrance with the American flag. A stand-in for the American flag. It was the Cody flag, but we can call it the American flag or the Nightmare flag. But, he comes out with Brandy. And then Roman comes out. Roman's, I think, they've updated his entrance a little. They have his name up on the bar, up on the graphic, up on the screen, which was a great touch. But he was sung to the ring by an orchestra. I forget what the orchestra's name was, but he was sung to the ring by an orchestra. If I hadn't mentioned this yet, and I'm pretty sure I have, but the video package for this, the music that they chose was just not for me. Not memorable at all. But Roman Reigns comes out and this match gets underway. I'm not gonna go spot for spot, but I was impressed too that, Cody, Cody teases grabbing the table and grab the Kindle stick that did Roman. Cody won this, except for John Cena. Cody won this absolutely clean. He won this absolutely on his own. He won this with no weapons, no nothing. He won this absolutely keen as a bell, keen as a whistle, which was great. But near the end of the match, Cody Rhodes is setting up for his 3 crossroads, or may have been 2 crossroads at the time. He's setting up for it, and then Jimmy comes out and super kicks him. Like, where are you, Jay? You won at night, Wrestlemania night 1. Well, where are you? And, Jay comes out, he takes the time. He takes the time coming to the ring, and it's okay, take your time. Cody just gonna use by the time you get down there, but it's okay, take your time. So, Jimmy comes out to confront Jake. Jimmy's in the ring. And Jay beats on him a little bit with a super kick, spears him off the ramp, spears him to a table. Cody spears Roman before that, and I thought that was just great. So Jimmy and Jay I ate out. At this point, Roman Reigns gets outside the ring, and Cody Rhodes spears him to the barricade, which was another great spot. We have Toya Sikoa get in. After Cody is setting up for the pedigree of the crossroads. I want to say it wasn't the crossroads, but I don't know what it was. Oh, one thing else. Cody sets up for the Cody Cutter, like he tried to do it, but Roman Reigns catches him in a reverse hug and gives him a crossroads of his own. So that was great. Roman had just upped his entire game. I don't know if he was always this good. He's got that Samoan blood in him, like The Rock, like Yokozuna did. But he just elevated his game to another level and turning heel. I don't know if it's just because of Fresco to Pain or what it was, because The Rock got real good after turning heel, after Fresco to Pain was applied to him. So maybe. But Cody Rhodes kicks out the crossroads by Roman Reigns. Cody sets up for crossroads or pedigree. And by the way, I like the fact that they didn't really make a big deal out of these interferences. They just get them happening like quick. There was no entrance. There was no except for The Rock. There was no entrance. There was no pomp and circumstance. It was just bam. It was just getting in the ring, getting the finisher as a signature and everything. So I just thought that was a nice little touch. You get Sonya biking Cody Rhodes, and he drags Roman Reigns on top of Cody Rhodes, and I'm not gonna lie, my heart skipped a beat for a minute, but even though I knew Cody was winning, but Cody kicks out, and at this point, Sonya gets visibly frustrated, and then Roman's down, and Sonya starts yelling at Roman. Like, this is the most we've ever heard of big since they came out the main roster. He starts yelling at Roman to finish the story, to do it, to beat him, to do all that. Which that could lead to a tantalizing storyline down the line. if they book Solo good, but I don't really have the best faith that they will. He beat John Cena in Saudi Arabia, but since then he's lost like 35, 36 matches in a row. So yeah, I don't really have the greatest confidence. Not that I really am super invested in Solo Sikoa, but he picked up Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa does, for beer, and Roman Reigns beats him, and Solo Sikoa gives him a bike as well, and Roman Reigns beats him. 1, 2, Cody Rhodes kicks out. And at this point, you have John Cena get out. You have John Cena come out. John Cena does get an entrance. Cause of course he does, he's John Cena. But, he gets an entrance. He gets Solo Sikoa out the ring. I'm like, no, John, no, don't touch Roman Reigns. As long as you don't do that, don't touch Roman Reigns. He does an attitude to Judgment to Roman Reigns. Which was okay, I guess. It's not what I wanted in the moment, but it didn't really take away from the magic I thought it would. I mean, Cody had taken a beer Samoan Spike combination. He has been laid out. Roman had been laid out. Equal playing field now. So, yeah. John Cena killed down Solo Sikoa out of the ring. John Cena attitude adjustments Solo Sikoa through the announce table. And The Rock comes out. The Rock and John Cena are face to face. And it's at this point I realize more and more, mate, Cena should have won at WrestleMania 28. I'm still cross about that. It did nothing for Rock to beat Cena at WrestleMania 28. But, Cena goes for something, I can't remember what. But Rock spotted Cena. Undertaker comes out, which reverse reports for that happening, but it was still kind of unexpected. Undertaker comes out, Undertaker gives a chokeslam to Rock. At this point, Cody Rhodes hits, like I say, I'm gonna rewatch this match a couple more times, but Cody Rhodes hits 3 crossroads on Roman Reigns, and 1, 2, 3, Cody Rhodes is your new WB Universal Champion, which is just great. I mean, that was no other outcome but that, but it's still great either way. And like I say, we can quibble. It's amazing how many people. Well, I'm not sure it was that many people, but Roman retards have heard, which was great. But these Roman tributes have said, oh, it's not time for Roman to use. He can have all these great matches. Look, guys, he can have all the great matches with AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, Karrion Kross, and everybody, which is major copium. I mean, they could have done these matches anywhere in the last 3 years. But they just chose not to. The matches he did have were great, but they could have done all these other matches anytime in the last 3 years. But they didn't do it. So, Roman missed a chance to have those matches. That opportunity has been gone by, has been passed to have those matches anymore for the title. And I don't see many Roman tributes on Facebook now, yet I checked. Since Cody won, I kept receipts from some Roman tribute. I said on Facebook, mate, I'm really looking forward to coming back to this after Cody wins. But the funny thing is, I'm sure I see them. so I can find them easy. I set them on my page. I can't find them anymore. I don't know where they are. But yeah, Cody Rhodes is your new Universal Champion from undesirable to Universal Champion. And that just, like I said, just really great. Cody gets on the mic afterwards. He thanks Bruce Pritchard, which will forgive him for that. He's a champion. And he thanked Triple H, which is much more appropriate. But, like I say, this match was just great. Best match of the 2 nights because the emotion involved and the story involved. Story was real convoluted, like I say, and unnecessary, and ego driven by The Rock. But in some small way, I guess The Rock didn't make Wrestlemania better, didn't make Cody Rhodes' story better, because now we can have Rock versus Cody Rhodes for the title. Because Rock does own a pinfall victory over Cody Rhodes, which is great. And also, what does this mean for The Rock and Roman Reigns? I mean, The Rock beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania this year, but Roman couldn't do it. So what's this mean? What's this mean for them? Is Roman gonna get kicked out of the bloodline? You had Seth Rollins came out. He gets murdered. I mean, he gets absolutely murdered by Roman Reigns with the Superman punch. And the thing that caught Roman only takes away from it a little bit, I guess. But the thing that caught Roman, he's in there with the chair. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins have their back turned to him. Roman Reigns beat Seth Rollins in the back with the chair. Michael Cole puts over, for all those years of sealed, all those years he's never forgiven him. Even though he had that 2 or 3 times by this point. We've had 2 or 3 sealed reunions by that point. But we'll just ignore that, I guess. Kind of a, like I say, just a little nitpick for the match. Because Roman really took his eyes off the ball and kind of beat himself, you could say, I guess. But at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes is your Universal Champion, which is just great. We had Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins first off. And I kind of expected this, just by the way it started out. I kind of expected it to be a squash, the way Drew McIntyre hit a Claymore out the gate, CPX Seth Rollins on the floor.